once I learned how to love myself and realizing that shame has so much more power over you when you don't talk about it, the things that bring you shame. And so for me, having that courage to talk about things that were embarrassing, growing up, or that brought me shame, I realized that it's not as scary as I thought in my head. I would create these stories in my head of how scary it would be if people found out the real me. But once I owned my story and embraced vulnerability as a strength, changed my life. I can authentically be me for the first time in my life. I feel like I'm finally living, but it took me 34 years to figure this out. And I wish I would have figured this out at a young age, but I had no one there to teach me. I had to learn from making mistakes. So for me, with everything that happened from, pornography and affair and all these things that are looked at as bad, I'm 100% grateful for. Why? Because it changed who I am, and I can finally live an authentic life, and I own my story. I have no embarrassment or guilt or shame. Like, talking about it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. It doesn't embarrass me anymore. And my hope is that other people that are in that situation or have been through that situation have that hope and can find that courage within to embrace vulnerability and own your story, because life's short, man. And I wish I would have learned this at a younger age so that I didn't have to go through all that heartache.
How do you love yourself where you are when you're ashamed or you feel guilty? Like, how do you find that connection to the love?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think what